Hey guys, how's it going? Robert Warshak here, and as we know, the Hearthstone World Championship is going on, which means I enjoy reviewing and casting some of the games that I are not able to watch live. Plus, it's just good to review and see what the pro players are doing. Review some matches and overall just get better ourselves. So with that, we're going to be spending the next couple days posting some videos of us reviewing and casting over some of the matches that we see, and preferably some of the players that we really like Justsaiyn, Bunny Hopper, Hunter Race, things like that. So the first match that we're going to cast is going to be A8 versus Justsaiyn, and hopefully you guys enjoy and like the review / casting. And if you do, be sure to leave that in the comment section below, so I'll keep posting them. But if it's not really a big hit with you guys, I'll just keep it to a stream only, and I'll just keep posting our deck guides and all that good stuff on here, and not so much reviews. So with that, thanks for watching and enjoy the games.
This stage is really cool. The stage, the place that they're sitting on is all digital or holographic. I don't know how you would describe it. So the scene actually, depending on what map they're playing on, the bottom floor animates to what they're doing. Wow. So mid-range shaman versus the control shaman. Okay. Well, definitely, A8 would definitely is rocking that the mid-range shaman, as we can see the feral spirits and the unbound elemental, more aggressive style cards, and then we have Justsaiyn with the more control style cards like walking fountain. He does have a pretty good opening hand though. Zap and Licky Licky are like really good early cards. Like Lickitung and Zap are able to take out basically any early game stuff. And then I think we have an event box that we could probably put down here. Where should we put the event box, guys? Where should the event box go? Probably right here. Nothing's really going on up here. We can go right here. Hey. Right there is probably fun. All right, turn 2. I wonder if he'll Lickitung and then just hit the 1/1, or he'll hero power as well. I'm hoping we don't see the Lickitung. I would rather see the Zap and the Lickitung together, so it's like a 5 damage burst for 2 mana. Because he knows his opponent does have Acidic Swamp Ooze in the deck. So, like, while this does kill the 1/1 totem, it would have been like a really good, like, 2 mana deal 5 damage instantly. Because if this Acidic Swamp Ooze does go off, he's going to have to zap it anyway, and then he doesn't even get a charge off. And he might have tempoed out the Ooze, depending on, how dire it seemed, because he is playing more of a mid-range shaman, which means if he doesn't get on the board early, it wouldn't, not going to be able to pull through in the later stages of the game. So this is like a really easy Acidic Swamp Ooze, in my opinion. The recharge Lickitung, like, he's just going to get it out of there. Hey dude, what a nice surprise watching my country's representative. No spoilers, I presume. No. I have not seen Endgame, so please no. If anybody goes out of their way to try to spoil Endgame or anything like that, I'm probably either just gonna ban them or they're gonna be timed out for an extended period of time, regardless of them being a sub or not. It's just rude to everybody. But everybody who follows this channel and is like constantly in chat should know, like, you know what I mean? Like, most of the people who follow and are in here are pretty good dudes. So this is a pretty difficult turn for Saiyn. It's a coin Thunderhead Zap trade into 1/1. I mean, that's just what I'm looking at. And then, like, A8 doesn't really have anything else. It looks like he's gonna save coin. He's just gonna hold on to the coin and let A8 develop the board some more, because he does have the Hagatha Scheme in hand, which as we know will upgrade over time and do more damage to the board. But now, for example, if Justsaiyn plays the Thunderhead now, it lines up perfectly with Sun Reaver. In order, like, it zaps Sun Reaver, just kills the Thunderhead. But if you would have coined out Thunderhead, it would have lived 2 turns, giving them the ability to make quite a few 1/1s and forcing the turn 5 Sun Reaver. Because right now he can develop the Earth Elemental, and then the Thunderhead could have traded into it. So I don't know. I kind of like the coin. I like the coin Thunderhead. So now he's just gonna Thunderhead, and then he's gonna zap the that Thunderhead. Are they both called Thunderheads? I don't think so. Oh, Unbound Elemental. My bad. All right, so now he gets 4 minions, does the double trade, trades into that 1/1 totem, which should have technically died on turn 1. He took like 3 damage from that 1/1 totem. I mean, A8, he's from Poland. I saw the game this morning, so I know the outcome. Of course, I wouldn't spoil the end game too. Oh, okay. I thought you were talking. Okay, I thought you were talking about. I didn't realize you were talking about the end game spoilers. I didn't realize you were talking about Hearthstone spoilers. Yeah, yeah. Most assuredly, don't spoil who wins this. I have no idea. I mean, I'm assuming because I mean, I can take my bets. I think Justsaiyn's gonna win, but like, I don't know. I hope Justsaiyn wins them all. So turn 5, Sun Reaver, Zap does kill that 3/5, and I'm pretty sure that's going to be the play. That 3/5 is really obnoxious. It just keeps making minions. Just saying, with a pretty not so good turn here. It's either Acidic Swamp Ooze or just a hero power. I personally just like the hero power. And then the question is, do you trade the 1/1 into the 4/4 to try to get a cheesy Lightning Storm and to, you know, lower its attack for the Rainatoads? Or do you just hit face and hero power? It looks like it just hit the face. Okay. Which is kind of weird, right? Because, like, his Hagatha scheme is 3 damage right now. Or it's actually, okay, he ended the turn, so it's 4. Okay. That makes sense. I was gonna say, if the Hagatha scheme was only 3 damage, then trading, you know, putting it at 3 HP would make sense, because if your opponent, like Feral Spirits, or like, you know, loads up the board with you know, some small minions, you know, Hagatha's scheme would clear it off. If he wouldn't have made it the attack, then it wouldn't. But since it's at 4, it doesn't really matter. That's interesting because, as you might know, there's only one dude from Poland in this tournament. It's obviously a root for him, but there's a lot of players from the U.S. Which one's your favorite? I mean, Justsaiyn, like I've been saying, is a favorite for me. The problem with there's no problem with Saiyn, but he's just prone to tilt. Same thing with Hunter Race. Like they're 2 players that are known to, like, if something really like unfortunate happens, like it'll actually make them upset, and then they'll play worse. So I decided to go with like Bunny Hopper, just for pack purposes. If I were to pick a favorite, it'd be Justsaiyn, but for packs, I pick Bunny Hopper. Also, Tyler's another big one. I really like Tyler. All right, so he really doesn't want to Hagatha scheme until he sees Rainatoads. I'm gonna be honest. So we're gonna. I don't see him using Hagatha scheme here, and also Electra Storm Surge into Lightning Storm is also another form to clear the Rainatoads for a guarantee. So he has 2 forms of good removal in his hand. Will he use one here? I mean, it's really technically not a lot of damage, and if he just Rainatoads here as well, he overloads 3 into 7. He has, you know, 4, and then he could coin into the 5 if it really gets overwhelming, but I don't really see that happening. And he also could go, like, he couldn't go Electra and just Lightning, but the Rainatoads that he plays will probably clear it up if he does Lightning, so. It's a difficult turn. We might just see the Rainatoads here. I don't like the clear. The clear, he's just going to play Rainatoads, and it's just going to be, you know, he's going to have to figure out how to clear it the next turn as well. Because if he Rainatoads now, it's not like he's going to get through. He's going to go for, oh my god, he went for the clear. And then he coins the ooze. I guess it does set up for, like, Electra into Lightning Storm, you know what I mean? Because now the weapon can't really deal with the ooze. He just found another Licky. So we might see like a Feral Spirit Licky, or the opponent might just Rainatoads, because it does line up really well against Ooze, and he does have 2 Rainatoads in his hand. So, because you know he was gonna play Toads into that board anyway. So like, if I don't know, man, I'd have liked to see a little bit more developed. Even I'm greedy with my AoE though, so we'll see. If Justsaiyn gets like overrun with tokens this game, then he could have saved that Hagatha scheme 100%. Because it's not like he was going to take damage if he played Rainatoads that turn anyway. So there's the Storm Surge into double Lightning Storm, like I said, clears it off, and then he's going to go 3 face, and then it goes back to the A8, and A8 then has Feral Spirits lick him because he's overloaded for 3, putting him at 5, which means he's 1 mana off playing the Rainatoads again this turn. Which makes sense. Ooh, Lightning Storm. This could clear off everything, potentially the 3/3 as well. I still like this Feral Spirits Licky, though. But, you know, Lightning Storm, Lickum, Hero Power also. Oh, it can fit in a Hero Power because Lightning Storm's 3 Lickies too. I don't know. So he can clear board, or he can Feral Spirits Licky into one of these. But then he only has one Wolf technically left over. So this might be the best kind of Lightning Storm you're going to get from the Control Shaman. Just because of, like, the Control Shaman, a lot of the minions in the deck are pretty strong overall. Like, Lightning Storm by itself doesn't clear Rain of Toads. It doesn't really kill walkers. You know what I mean? It's a very strong group. Yeah, I mean, all the players are really, really good. There's a few players that, like, they've made some really questionable plays, but overall... Oh, he's going with the Feral Spirits, Licky, kill 3/3. All right. So we know one wolf is going to get eaten by the ooze. I wonder what he's saving, what he's thinking he's going to save that Lightning Storm for. That, in my opinion, that was a pretty good pickup from Justsaiyn. The Lightning Storm number 2. Well, we know he's Ethereal Lackey's going to come out. Let's see what spell is available. It's Lava Burst or Blaze Invocation. Lava Burst is basically a guarantee minion kill. Blazing Invocation's like, you know what I mean? He could get like a Fire Elemental or like a Shudder. So what does he go for? Does he go for burst, single target removal, or will he go for maybe a little bit more value, blazing? I personally like blazing, but you know, lava burst is not bad at all either. I don't know how many. I don't know the deck lists, so I don't know like how many decent sized minion A8 has. But like blazing can give you a minion that can test big minions anyway. Like I said, the ooze is going to clear up one doggo. The weapon's going to clear up the other doggo. Now A8 has the ability to go Rain of Toads. And this is kind of like, after this Rain of Toads, A8's just out of stuff. I mean, he has the Lightning Storm and the Soul of the Murlocs. But if you don't have minions, Soul of the Murloc doesn't really do too much. And then Lightning Storm, obviously, is like, it's not a... it's a field clear. It doesn't win games. Like, against the control deck, that is. Which is what Justsaiyn's playing, is the Control Shaman. What up, Sanchi? Going on, man? And the reason that like the players are spending a lot of time deciding like what they're gonna do and like roping is to, first of all, like mislead their opponents into thinking maybe they have more options than they do, so it's really hard for the opponent to like read the cards in like each other's hand. So, like, you know, for now, like, if you just snap plays Arena Toads, Justsaiyn will be like, all right, you know, that's obviously his only, you know, his only play here, and he probably doesn't have much reload. But, you know, by holding it and waiting for that rope, it may look like he is, like, another Feral Spirits, or not another Feral Spirits, but like a minion with maybe an Overload, or, like, you know, could have 2 options instead of just the one. All right, so he's going with the blazing. Let's see what he gets. Ooh. I mean, obviously, Chef Nobi is just a 7 mana 6/6. We got a 6 mana 5/4 that heals, and then we got an Arena Fanatic. I'm leaning towards the Princess of Elune. I don't know how much healing is in Jusstsaiyn's deck. I know I saw the Walkings. Ooh, he's going for the Chef Nomi, just the 7 mana 6/6. All right, just a decently static big hunk of Chef. I like it. I personally like the 5/4 that heals. You know what I mean? You don't currently have healing in your hand, even though you do have healing in your deck. Like, currently you don't have healing in your hand. So, but if he would have picked the 5/4, you know, it does die to the Lightning Storm weapon. And potentially Chef Nomi doesn't. Because the weapon, the Lightning Storm would have to hit for 3. Oh my goodness. Oh, blah. So, Rain of Toads. I wonder if he hits the Nomi. Hero Power, Soul of the Murloc. Yep. Now A8 has some pretty solid board. I'm a little disappointed, as a control player is supposed to be a control meta and there's mostly aggro. Well, the control decks got banned out. Yeah, Ansi. The control deck was Warrior. And Warrior is like the top banned class right now. Because no one... It basically came down to no one wants to play a 45-minute match. Like, the fatigue that like brings on a player, like when they have to play like 5 rounds of a 45-minute match, like, it's just too much. So like for mental you know, reasons, a lot of the players will play the faster base decks because it's just not as, you know, doesn't fatigue you as fast. Yep, just saying, just gonna go through the motions, making some pretty easy trades here. He attacks the 1/1 into the taunt totem just because it takes some damage, doesn't take any damage to his 1/1, still lives. Cleaned up 2 of the toads, as we know. Sold the Murloc, turns them into 2/1/1 Murlocs. And this is where picking the Chef Nomi over the Princess of Elune really made a difference, because if you would have picked the princess would have had 2 HP. It would have instantly died to Lightning Storm, because as we know, Lightning Storm does 2 to 3 damage. 3 being the high roll, 2 being the low roll. I'm gonna be honest. I haven't really seen a lot of the mid-range shaman that A8 brought. Will he play Storm Chaser to get himself a Bloodlust, which I'm assuming is in his deck, or he'll go for the Swamp Queen to go for a little bit of value? And then does he even make trades? Going for the pull Bloodlust out of deck while he still has minions on the board makes sense. Going with a Lightning Storm. Okay, it's gonna clear up the 1/1. Let's see. High rolled on 2 of the toads. Wow, he high rolled on most of the minions. Wow. That was probably like one of the best case scenarios for A8 there. That was pretty incredible. And I think Bloodlust is pushing lethal, to be honest, because we've got 9 on the board plus the 3 is 12. That's 15 with Bloodlust. So I think Hecklebot Lightning Storm is the play. And then you would Hecklebot and just hopefully you don't hit a minion. That's like huge. Ooh, he's not Hecklebotting. He's looking for spell power. Found Taunt Totem, which is good. Taunt Totem was the reason why I wanted a Hecklebot, just put taunts in the way. But the Lightning Storm is going to be fantastic because it's going to clear up the 2/2. It's going to clear up the 0/1, and it's going to be able to kill that Soul of the Murloc as well, because he's going to summon 2 1/1s out of it. What would be the reason of attacking? Okay, so he attacks first, then Lightning Storms. He makes the 2/2/2s, and he's able to clear up the 3/4. Okay, I like this a lot more than just going with the Lightning Storm, because this clears everything. He took like slightly more damage, but it clears up the whole board, which I think is the most important thing. So that was good. Wow, the deck runs Karen. It's incredible. I agree, it's why it's mostly banned. A regular ladder, everyone was so excited about the meme control decks. The only thing that came out of it was Face Rogue, Face Hunter, Face Druid, and Face Warlock. Sad story. Well, I mean, it's just one of those things. I mean, there's always going to be aggro decks. There's always going to be control decks. I think you can find good decks on both sides of the spectrum, honestly. I think there's both good control decks right now and base decks. I did not see his picks. The Slurper's not bad. It does have overload, so he will be able to create the 2/2 sparks. And the sparks now can trade into the 5/5 along with the acidic swamp ooze. Clear it up. The question is, this is where like I just don't like Hecklebot. Yo, what up, cheeseballs? Drinking stream, Rob? No, it's not even noon yet, and I actually don't have any alcohol. So we're out of alcohol. Warrior's been shitty for what, 2 years now? People are complaining about it. Nah, Warrior with Baku Warrior was not bad. I wonder what, I mean, this seems like a pretty simple trade for me, just saying. Unless I mean, he could go face to, like, you know, set up the lethal next turn, but the trade just looks too good. As long as the mid-range shaman doesn't have a board, it's hard for them to do anything. And this is one reason I don't like Hecklebot, just saying. Yeah, what up, Dark Teddy? I honestly, like, the more I play Hecklebot, the less I like it versus every deck besides, like, Token Druid. Is it just me, or did Justsaiyn not hero power? Is there a reason you wouldn't hero power here? Hit the best 2 minions. Feels bad. Got a free lightning bolt. That really doesn't change too much. It's just the draw I think he used it for. Quest Warrior, yeah, I mean Quest Warrior was good. Odd Warrior was a good deck. I mean, we hit Legend with that deck I think twice when Baku was around. Odd Warrior was just, you know, tank up, spank up, baby. Lightning Bolt. I mean, he's setting up lethal again with the Bloodlust. I don't see. How did Control Shaman lose this? I don't think. All right, so okay, that was a big draw. Hecklebot with the you know, magnetizing with Ziliax, heal for 6, and it's a big taunt minion. But will it, you know, how will Bloodlust fit into this? Pulls an Unbound Elemental. All right, so he Ziliax it. What does he kill? The 3/5? He probably kills the 3/5, right? Or maybe he kills the 5/5. You know what? I like killing the 5/5. Well, no, because if he hasn't, I don't know. It depends if we know he doesn't have Overload. So if I was saying I would kill the 3/5 because you don't know if your opponent has Overload to make more sparks, and the sparks can benefit from Bloodlust to get through your 6/10 so he can attack face. But if you know he doesn't have Overload, you would kill the 5/5 because that's just more damage. It's 2 more damage. So let's see what he hits. He hits Volcanic Burst. Oh, the punish. This is such a punish. Poor Saiyan. Holy shit, that sucks. Alright, so. Oh, God. He's still gonna heal a shit ton, though. He's still gonna hit he's gonna heal for so much. So he's gonna go Volcanic Burst, Bloodlust. I don't think he dies. He's gonna heal up to 30. And then each one of these will have 4. Wait. No Bloodlust. What the hell is going on here, chat? Is this some next level play I've never seen before? If he leaves the 6/7 alive. Ooh, I don't know about this. What just happened? Is he setting up some, like, next level, you know, like... So he's killing it, but he lost his entire board. But he could have... Hold on. Actually, I have to pause this one here. So he had 6 1/1s out. No, 5 1/1s out. And it only took 2 1/1s because a Bloodlust would make it have 4 attack to trade into that, giving him... He would still have 2 of his big minions on the board and 2 sparks. So he'd have 4 minions, 2 of them being medium-sized minions, and he would still have Karen in hand. His opponent would be at 30, but then he would have taken 6 damage from the minions. No, more than that. He would have taken like 12 damage from the minions, and he would have been like at 18 life, and he'd be dead in 2 turns. But now, if he Bloodlusts, it's 9, 10, 11, 15. It's still a 3-turn lethal, but he has less minions. I don't know. That was a really funky play. We'll see if it works out. I'm not going to say it's good or bad. It's just funky. And like, it's like, oh, but he's playing around AoE. Justsaiyn's top decking here. So, like, I don't think you necessarily play around AoE. You've already seen 2 Lightning Storms. You've already seen 1 Hagatha's scheme. And it takes time for the Hagatha scheme to do anything anyway. So, like, playing around AoEs, like, there's not, like, what do you don't need to be worried about it. There's nothing that's going to clear all your big minions. Soul to Murlocs is a huge top deck. It doesn't look like it's that good, but it basically allows his minions to stick a little while longer. And the question is he going to Soul the Murloc and then Bloodlust here to clear out these the 2/4s? Because right now he could clear all the 2/4s, and he does lose his 2 1/1s, but they technically turn into Murlocs. I mean, I personally like it here. Push through the taunts, because there's no guarantee you're gonna have minions to stick for the Soul of Force later, because you know his 2/4s are gonna trade into these 1/1s. Well, that's what I was saying, and maybe he was worried about board clear, but he's Justsaiyn's already used 2 Lightning Storms, and he's already used Hagatha's Scheme. So like, what more AOE is there? Like, what are you scared of? Your opponent has no cards in hand, and they've used 2 Lightning Storms and a Hagatha Scheme already. Earthshock, that's a pretty weak top deck, but it actually does fairly well against Karen. So, that's actually not bad. If he gets Spell Power Totem, he only has to... Oh my gosh, no Spell Power. If you got Spell Power Totem, you could have traded a Frog and then Earthshocked the Karen. Yeah, what up, High Noon? So he's thinking, do I kill Karen? Do I kill the 1/1s? Do I kill the Totem? Do I Earthshock the 1/1? What up, Mackie D? What's going on, dude? I mean, I just like clearing up some of these healing totem, huh? Okay. And face. Okay. Sea Giant, it's a pretty big draw as well. Justsaiyn has no way to deal with that currently. I don't think any hexes have been used, so. And for every time he hero powers, it's just gonna make Bloodlust that much stronger, so. Yo, what up, ghosts? So Karen's gonna take out the largest of the toads. The 2 sparks are gonna take out the taunt totem. Justsaiyn's resources are dwindling as oh my god, that's disgusting. Alright, so Earthshock the Karen. Trade his 2 minions into the 1 minion. Yeah, trade into both sparks with your minions, and then play Hagatha's Witch. And then your opponent is left with a Sea Giant and a 1/1. That was a big top deck, yep. So the Earthshock to Karen, so it doesn't resummon a 4/5. Trade both minions into sparks, Hagatha's. And your opponent's left with an 8/8 and a 1/1. That was big. That was big. Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. Whoa, 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 whoa. Why would you trade in a Sea Giant? What's the play in a Sea Giant? Now he's gonna have an extra dude for Bloodlust. Yeah, now he has an extra dude for blood. Putting him at 3 versus putting him at 5. What's the difference? If he runs Flame Elemental, then yes. Oh shit, he got the healing totem. So, like, I still don't understand the difference, though. Walking Fountain? That actually, okay, dude. That was huge. With the Ancestral Spirit? Holy shit! Trades into the 2/2, trades into the Sea Giant, resurrects, has rush again, trades into the 1/1, heals to full, has a 4/7 on the board. Oh my god. Yo, Big Pippy with the $20. Oh, go get them drinks, my boy. Love your work. Yo, Big Pippy, thanks, man. That's a very big donation. First dono of the stream, too. Thanks, man. Appreciate it. I do like, now that I understand, now that I'm looking back and seeing the attack into the giant to put it at, you know, 4, where it was actually at 3, the Walking Fountain worked out really well. Yep, that's exactly what he did, Mackie. Witch's Brew, not really the best top deck. And now he's faced with another Sea Giant. And then now, does he go face chat, or does he kill the Spell Power Totem and then go face? I personally like double face. I like hitting this man in the face as many times as possible. Because now he's at 5. The Sea Giant will most assuredly have to trade into the Walking Fountain. Yeah, it's a very generous 20 bomb, dude. Seriously. Appreciate it, big. That's like half a handle of Jack Daniels right there, my dude. Or it's like a 12-pack of Shock Top Hogs.
Ooh, double top deck Witch's Brew, chat. Oh no. Yo, this game's been rocky for our first game today, guys. This is rocky. Hopefully you got your climbing boots on today, chat. Because we're at high altitudes. Get your spiked boots today, chat. We're going climbing. Well, Justsaiyn technically has like 2 Reno Jackson in his hand. Oh no, shit, Bloodlust. I've totally disregarded Bloodlust. What does he do? Calculating damage? That's 15. What is that? 23, 24, 25, 26, 27. So he puts him at 3 with the Bloodlust if he uses it now. Or he'll wait next turn. He has lethal with Bloodlust. He has 30 damage next turn if that healing totem can attack. So it's basically, do you think any of your minions are going to live or are they going to die? Because if he Bloodlusts now and his opponent uses the Witch's Brew, he won't have lethal the following turn. So holding the Bloodlust is such a heads-up play, knowing your opponent runs Healing Brew and they're going to have to use it next turn and you have lethal if he doesn't kill a minion. The Hex is drawn, so the Giant's going to go down. No lethal next turn. Plus, he's going to follow that up with probably the Healing Brew 3 to heal for 12 to go back to 30. So navigated away. He's gonna navigate away from the the lethal next turn. He's still on a 2-turn lethal. No, not even a 2-turn lethal. I think it might be a 3-turn, depending on what A8 draws. And he's using the Witch's Brew that costs 2 because this does heal him to 30. If you would have used the Healing Brew for 0, he'd have an extra one with 2 mana floating with already at 30 life. So using the one that costs 2 mana makes the most sense here. He's probably going to play Thunderhead and then Bloodlust. I think this is honestly the biggest board you're going to get. Well, but he's already saw the 1 Healing Brew, and he doesn't know what card's in Justsaiyn's hand. So if Justsaiyn isn't playing any card right now at all, and he has 1 card in hand, and if it was Hagatha Scheme, it was been in his hand for longer than 3 turns. So if it was Hagatha Scheme, Justsaiyn would have played it to clear the board, and Justsaiyn knows he has the Bloodlust because he used the 4 mana get a 5-drop from your deck earlier. So he has to know this is the other Healing Brew in his deck, unless he has some other form of like single target buff, like Ancestral Spirit, but I don't think so. That was a really heads-up play, not using the Bloodlust again. Because if he uses Bloodlust, then he's just going to heal back up, and you've got no more bursts. So the key is you have to Bloodlust him down from 30. Really smart plays. I like it. I would have pulled the trigger on Bloodlust, and it would have been wrong. It would have been most assuredly the wrong play. Yeah, I would have Bloodlust, and I would have lost. Because he has Walking Fountain and Witch's Brew. All right, so I definitely think he kills Walking Fountain. I mean, that just needs to die, right? So is there a way for 8/8 to set up lethal here with Lightning Bolt? And I think there is. I think you can go Zap. Well, I think you can go Zap onto the Walking Fountain, right? Trade the 2 1/1s that you'll get from it in because you have 5 minions on board. And then you're going to hero power. You have 6 minions on board. 6 minions times the 3 that you have is 18, plus the 3 and the Lightning Bolt is 26. So is he still off if he has 6 minions on board, Bloodlust, Lightning Bolt? Oh, Justsaiyn definitely knows he has Bloodlust in hand. 100%. 100%. So this does set up lethal, I believe, because it's 7 minions now with the 3 is 21, plus the Lightning Bolt is 24, 25 with the totem, 28 with the... Oh, this is 29 damage. Oh, no, but the spell power is 20. That's 30 exactly with the spell power. That's 30 exactly. This is exact lethal with the spell power. So, Volcanic Burst to kill the frog allows him to stay alive. Hagatha Scheme into the double trade. Okay. Much better play than I would have made.
Bloodlust and Loss, the OG combo. What up, Deku? A8 is a really good player. Those games against Bunny Hopper in the last finals were intense. I haven't seen him, Bunny Hopper, and A8 play yet, but we might add that to the list. Oh, the Stormbringer. Oh, shit, son. It's looking like A8's game. I mean, Justsaiyn's been on, like, the back burner the whole time because he just doesn't have the hand size. He just keeps, you know what I mean? Both decks are running really thin. I mean, both of these players have been navigating this very, very well. Like, but I think the Stormbringer is going to be the end. The Stormbringer, I think, is the end for Justsaiyn. Unless, like, he gets, like, Lorewalker, Cho, Baron. I mean, I don't see how Justsaiyn brings this back. He has to, like, Hecklebot into a volcano. But there's no more volcano, so it's not gonna work. Yeah, I just think that's the 9-5 trades, and then the Bloodlust. That's just, I believe it's lethal from 25. Craziness. Man, A8's at 2 HP, guys. 2 HP, and there's the Hex. It really doesn't matter, the cards that he's giving, Justsaiyn, because the game is over. Can't believe he passed this at 2 HP. And it all came down to the Stormbringer. I'm gonna be honest, I don't think A8 would have won this without that Stormbringer because he was already at 2 HP. Because he took 1 from fatigue because the Hecklebot popped out, and the Hecklebot popped out at 2-1. So I don't think that A8 had enough damage to go through the Hecklebot with only 4 minions on board, and then be able to have a 2-turn lethal when Justsaiyn still had Brew in his hand. So like the Stormbringer basically pushed him that win right there. Because Justsaiyn didn't need to win with damage. He won in fatigue just because the fatigue damage, because the A8 was so low. So, wow. That game was incredible. That was a lot. He's raising his hand. Question, A8? Warshak's here. What do you need? I'm just kidding. Gonna be honest, I don't show up often because I find Hearthstone boring, but I do find these review/analysis stream interesting. Well, good. And I understand, man. Hearthstone is not for everybody. Gotta support Rob. Boy's been pumping out the quality content for years now. Yo, thanks, Big. Definitely appreciate the 20 bomb, dude. Alright, so we have the new Tempo Rogue. It looks like the Vendetta version if he's running Blink Fox. And then we have, again, the Control Shaman from Justsaiyn. Alright, so if I'm Justsaiyn, I'm pretty sure you always keep Zap, right? The question is, do you keep Lightning Storm? And I honestly like keeping Zap and Lightning Storm. He kept none of those cards. I am a bad player, chat. Ooh, I don't know if Justsaiyn's hand is that good anymore. He has Hagatha, which is, like, decent. Zilliax is okay. Archmage is a good turn 4 play. Thunderhead's decent. But if he would have kept the Zap... so instead of Archmage, he would have Zap, and he would also have Thunderhead in his hand. So he could Thunderhead Zap on turn 4 if he would have gone with keeping the Zap. Me too, Cheese. Me too. Also, guys, it's surprising. The Vendetta Rogue, which is what we're seeing now, is the this Rogue deck actually has a slightly higher win rate than the more aggressive style Pirates version with Deadly Poisons and South Sea deckhands. So believe it or not, the Blink Fox, Vendetta, 4 mana, 4/3, discover a random spell, I believe it is, or discover a spell of class or some shit. I don't know. I've never played the card, but you guys know what I'm talking about. He's a pirate. Yeah, that deck has a slightly higher win rate than the more aggressive style. So there's the 0 mana Vendetta. I don't think he's going to play it. He does make the trade into the 1/1 totem, which makes sense.
I'm honestly not a. I don't know if I'm not a fan of this control shaman, but I think the control shaman relies way too much on Hagatha. Found out Swamp Queen, if you pick the card with Overload, you get overloaded. Didn't think that would happen. Oh, absolutely. They also don't count as spells, if you're wondering. If you think you can Zenyatta and have the Swamp Queen, it doesn't work like that. So not only does it overload you as if it was a spell, it actually doesn't count as a spell if you play Zenyatta or Zenmo in your deck. I tried that. I lost. It's Zenmo, Zenyatta. It's the same thing. They both start with Z, right? Like zebras. We learned the hard way, chat. So right now, he would have Zap in his hand if he would have chose to mulligan how I would like to have mulliganed. And the Zap would have been able to take care of this Blink Fox. He'd have an extra 1-1 on board. It'd be an exciting time. But now, playing a 3-5 into a 3-3, 1-4, and a handful of Vendetta nastiness from this rogue, you know, it just doesn't really look like a good time if you're this shaman. Because Vendetta is a 0-mana Destroy Your Soul card. And that's pretty powerful in this meta. The main problem with Vendetta Rogue is it is terrible against other rogues. Well, that's why you just don't queue into other rogues, forehead. I'm just kidding. I definitely see Vendetta coming down here, but he'll transform his guy first. He'll make the trade because his minion doesn't die. He gets the free 4-drop. That's a really good 4-drop, by the way. There's the raiding party. Gonna draw more cards from his deck. He doesn't want to develop too much on board, guys, because he does know his opponent is a shaman, and of course, Lightning Storm and Hagatha Scheme are both cards that are very powerful board removals. So a Zebra is the same as Zenyatta, which is the same as a Zucchini. Now you're on the right track. I'm glad. I like where your head's at there. But then you have a Zucchini Zebra that rides Zenyatta, and you double up with the Zenmo. But then you gotta watch out for Zapdos. That's all right. We'll cover that in chapter 4 in class. All right. But right now we're still chapter 2. I like that you're reading ahead, but that's chapter 4 material. Captain Greenscammon in the meta I never lived to see a day. And the card's always been good, man. It's just how it depends how good the meta is, the power scaling of the cards. Like right now we're in a meta where the power scale of the cards has gone down drastically. So cards like Captain Greenskin can actually shine because the card was never bad. It was just much better cards at the time. But now, you know, he's a solid card. He does what he's supposed to do. And you know, he's the captain of a ship. He can finally sail the 7 seas and increase the weapon durabilities worldwide. I mean, Waggle Pick with Captain Greenskin is an additional 5 damage. It's insane. He's going to summon a random 2-cost minion, gets a 2/2 Toxologist. The Battle Cry obviously doesn't trigger, but it's still a decent, you know, it's a free body. Basically just played a 1-mana 3/3. There's the Waggle Pick. There's the free Dread Corsair because the Waggle Pick has enough attack to reduce the cost of the Dread Corsair. It's such a powerful combo. Raiding party to get the Waggle Pick, 2 Corsairs, 4 mana, have a 4/2 weapon, and then summons 2 0 mana 3/3 Dread Corsairs with taunt. All right, Lightning Storm looks very powerful here. Hagatha Scheme looks also very powerful. I didn't know the charges on Hagatha Scheme because I can't hover over the cards, but obviously with it being 4 damage to everything, it lines up better against his board than a Lightning Storm did, which wouldn't have killed the 2/4. So we're definitely going to see a Greenskin come down here, and I think we're going to see a Waggle Pick face. Maybe he holds Waggle Picks and develops smaller things, but I honestly, Greenskin, make that weapon have 5 attack, hit him in the face, hit him with the 1/1. Waggle Pick now at 1 charge, which means if the Waggle Pick gets destroyed, it has a chance to return one of these cards to the Rogue's hand. Honestly, if any of these cards get returned to the Rogue's hand, it's not bad. A 1-mana 1/1 with Rush and Poisonous is pretty decent. The 2-mana 2/1 that covers Lackey is pretty decent. And then, of course, Captain Greenskin being a very solid minion, getting returned to increase the weapon durability again is very good. So
Honestly, if the Waggle Pick gets destroyed, it's not the worst thing. There's the Hex. Coming down onto the 5/4 makes sense. He wants to try to avoid taking 5 damage as much as possible. Plus, now if he attacks the Waggle Pick, it has a chance to bring the Frog back to the hand. So, it's bad for A8. 0 mana Zap. The power. I mean, you could just see it kind of on Justsaiyn's face. The tilt is already starting to set in. This does lead into a really nice turn 8 Hagatha for Justsaiyn. And A8 knows this. So, what will A8 develop? He's going to go with the Fan of Knives to draw. I like it. This leads into a combo with Raiding Party now, because he's now activated the combo. I don't think he's going to really develop... If he develops anything, it's going to be a Dread Corsair or an SI Agent. I don't think it's going to be both, because he knows his opponent has possible Hagatha on turn 8. So he might develop one of the 3/3s, probably not both. I would like to see one of the 3/3s here, A8. There it is. There's one of the 3/3s. He's going to attack with the pick. What does it return? It returns the one. Okay. Returns the rush. Oh, he's also oh my god. He's committing the agent. Question, chat. Why didn't he play the SI agent and then attack? Because then it had a higher chance to hit a better minion than the frog. So what was the ordering reason there? Anybody know? Because wouldn't you want SI to come back to your hand other than a frog or like a 2/1 or the slime? So if you play an additional minion, there's a higher chance of it returning to your hand, unless he didn't want it to return to his hand. But he was, I don't know. I mean, I just slam Hagatha. Maybe he did want more stats on board. Yeah, that's right. It does set up lethal next turn, but technically he had lethal anyway if he didn't set up the 3/3. All right, so let's say he doesn't play SI. Waggle Pick, Avis, that's 8, plus the 3, plus the 2/1. That was lethal anyway. So regardless of playing the 3/3 or not, you had lethal. So why play the 3/3? And then if you're like, well, he played the 3/3, so he has, you know, more attack on board, because what if, you know, Justsaiyn plays Hagatha? Well, the card would have died anyway. So there was no point. Unless, I guess you could say, well, if he had Witch's Brew, but I don't know, man. I don't know, man. Anybody bring back Hunter? Yes, I think Roger did. So Raiding Party, he does not combo this, guys, because he already has drawn both Waggle Picks from his deck. So he does not need the extra combo to get the weapon. There's the Waggle Pick hitting his opponent's face in the hand. Hitting his opponent's face in the hand. There you go. That's good shit, chat. Walking Fountain has nothing to target. So keep in mind, if your opponent has no minions, Walking Fountain actually doesn't heal you for anything. So there's the Witch's Brew coming down. He's gonna heal himself up. This is really good heal. Really good heal. This is very annoying if you're A8. Witch's Brew, Vargoth is good. Well, the problem is Vargoth could target your opponent and heal him. So I think you use the Vargoth with the Lightning Storm. Because Lightning Storm has a 100% chance to hit your opponent's board, while Witch's Brew and Zap have a chance to hit your own stuff. If you're the rogue, what do you take here? Holy Smite? Demon Fire does nothing. I don't know how many more big cards he has in his deck, but Arcane Intellect is always a good draw. And if that preparation, Arcane Intellect is, you know, draw 2 for free, basically. So Arcane Intellect makes sense. I don't know what's in his deck, though. So I don't know if he runs like Edwin or like Chef. I don't think they run Chef. Grim Rally or Siphon Soul? Oh, this is hard. I'm honestly leaning towards Siphon Soul, but he'll probably pick Grim Rally. Like, Grim Rally is very hard not to take, because you could just sacrifice a lackey, and it pushes more damage. So, but Siphon Soul gets rid of those Walking Fountains, and Hecklebots. So, I'm greedy. I would take Siphon Soul. That's me. But Grim Rally, there's big points for Grim Rally, too. He picks the Grim Rally. Big points for Grim Rally. Grim Rally is the correct play if you're playing the more aggressive style deck. More burst damage, hit him in the face. Siphon Soul as the control player within me, killing my opponent's minion and healing my face. I mean, it's hard for me to like say no to that. I really don't need Siphon because he has the Poison Rush guy, but Siphon Soul. Think about the endless possibilities. Siphon Soul means you don't have to attack the minion, so he doesn't get the healing from the Walking Fountain. Ooh, he pulled Edwin with Hecklebot. Because if he poisons this into like Walking Fountain, he still heals for 4. If you Siphon Soul, he heals for none. Wow, Justsaiyn really turned a corner here. He also could just normally go Lightning Storm and see if he high rolls. He just needs to high roll one of the 4/3s and then he could zap it down. But then he really doesn't have good Electro Storm Surge. So he's going to see if he high rolls. This game has really not shown Justsaiyn much love. He high rolled on both of them. Feels good, man. Slight smile. See, look at this. His opponent has Hecklebot and Walking Fountain. Not that he knows this, but imagine if he had Siphon Soul, chat. Just imagine. Think of all of the possibilities. So prep, arcane, poison guy, trade, Edwin face, Edwin return with pick. Then he might just play Ooze. We'll see if he actually does that plan. I see Edwin going face here. Check it out, 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 check it out. Well, bam! Edwin smacks that face. Do it! Oh, did I say Edwin smacks face? I mean Leroy smacks face. I'm sorry. I mean Leroy, not Edwin. I'm sorry. You know what I meant. Man, I said it all and then I ruined it because I said the wrong card name. Darn it. Alright, so now, if Justsaiyn plays the Walking Fountain, guys, imagine how good a Siphon Soul would be. Because now, if Justsaiyn plays it, what does A8 have to kill? I said it like 5 times, Edwin. Oh my gosh. Well, that's why you guys are here, to let me know that I'm retarded. This is what you guys come in here. They're like, Rob, you're spamming the wrong. Oh shit. Okay, yo, Leroy. It was Leroy. Mm-hmm. Electra Storm Surge into the Witch's Brew. I see you. Back to 30. Man, this Shaman deck is annoying. It doesn't really do too much, though. I'm gonna be honest. The Shaman deck kind of just sits there. I mean, this is just really awkward for A8. Because all of his hand is burst. Like, the Abyss is burst, the Leroy Shadow Step is burst. Which, by the way, I believe he did have lethal. A8 did set up lethal with that Leroy play the turn before. Because Leroy Shadow Step would be another 12, the Abyss would be 16, and then the Lackey in his hand would be the additional 2. And that's 18, and Justsaiyn was at 18. So, the lethal was set up if Witch's Brew was not used, and he had the second Shadow Step. So, playing the Walking Fountain was actually, Justsaiyn would have lost. So, using the Electro Storm Surge to heal for only that, the amount that he did, actually provided him a way out of lethal there, which was like really heads up play. Because I, as a greedy Rob, would have just played Walking Fountain and said he definitely doesn't have the other Shadow Step, and then he definitely didn't get the 2 mana, or the 2 damage Lackey, and he probably doesn't also have Abyss because he already used one. So, I would have lost.
Oh yeah, for sure. This shaman deck gets annihilated by warrior. So now that he's at a healthy 29 HP life total, he can casually play his 8 mana 4/8 Wind Fury Lifesteal Walking Fountain. And I don't see how A8 like comes back with this without randomly generating like a Vanish or what is that card? The Exodia. Yeah, that's what it is, Exodia. I'm gonna go grab a monster real quick. You guys enjoy. Okay. At least 3 times you said that you would have lost. That's why the players are the best. Oh, for sure. These players are much better than me. That's why I'm watching them. And they're not watching me. I truly, I understand that these players are much, much better than me. Which is, again, why we are watching them. And they are not watching me. We're learning, chat. Put your caps on. We're learning today. Alright, so Archmage Vargoth. Feral Spirits? I like it. Yeah. Again, this is just a really big Foxtrot wall. I don't see how he gets around it. Like, normally, you know, Backstab Dagger kills one of them, but, like, what do you do with the other dudes? The 3/1 can trade into 1. Blink Fox has got to generate something like I said, like an Exodia. Ooh. Electra Storm Surge, Grim Rally? Alright, question. If you Electra Storm Surge, Grim Rally, and the minion, it dies, does it trigger twice even though it doesn't have a minion? Oh, wait, we didn't see the interaction. Go back. No. Electra Storm Surge into Grim Rally on a minion. Does it does it trigger twice? What happens? How does it kill the same minion twice if the minion isn't there? I'm very confused, chat. I would like to see this interaction, please. Also, could they not invest into, like, really nice chairs? Like, these chairs look cool and all, but, like, you know, I expected some really high-level chairs. I'm not gonna lie, those do not look like the highest level of chairs. Alright, we're gonna go back to the start of the game. Here at the World Championship Arena, we've got 2 of the best players in the world here sitting side by side in an international gaming stadium ready to get into round number 1. Here we go. The mulligans are a must, and well, bam, what do we got? We've got the Zoo Warlock versus the Pirate Tempo Rogue. The more aggressive style with the South Sea Deckhand and Deadly Poisons. You could be Rob. What's going on here? Why is there a Bloodsail Corsair in the Zoo deck? Well, chat, let me tell you. Zoo currently does not run acidic swamp oozes. As we know, the meta is very, very heavily invested into weapons. This is why the Bloodsail Corsair is a good tech versus all of those pesky rogues, which I'm sure in this matchup, it'll actually shine bright like a diamond, because Justsaiyn most assuredly will be playing a Waggle Pick. Never mind. He mulliganed away the Bloodsail Corsair, but don't you worry, he'll be back for vengeance later. But if he wouldn't have mulliganed away the Bloodsail Corsair, he would easily be able to take a charge off this Waggle Pick that's in Justsaiyn's hand. But don't you worry, guys. The plays are coming. So Flame Imp turn 1. As we know, this is one of the rudimentary tactics of Zoo since the beginning of time, the on of time, is the 1 mana 3/2 Flame Imp. So A8, I like Voidwalker. It protects the 3/2 and he goes face because he does not want that 2/1 trading into the 3/2. Coin SI is insane. Not gonna lie,
Coin SI is what I like, but Coin Miscreant is also very, very good. But then he has no combo with SI until turn 4, and he normally wants to waggle pick on 4, so I like Coin SI now. Get onto the board, kill the Flame Imp, and then you don't even trade the 2-1 into the 1-3. You just sit back, wait. If he makes that trade, then you can dagger up. But overall, I mean, this is a really strong start from Justsaiyn. We might even just see a Magic Carpet right here. Yep, there's the Magic Carpet, and there's the 1-3 into the 2-1. And this now allows him to dagger up, kill the 1-1. And then maybe he doesn't dagger, though. Maybe he just tempos out the SI for the 3-3. So then he has a little bit more stats on board so he can kill the Magic Carpet. Magic Carpet, right. Rob, mad respect for having your woman in your playlist. What? Oh, the song right now. Gotcha. I was like, I got a woman? Yo, tell me her name, dude. I was like, what you know that I don't know, dude? What's her name? What's her number? I got excited there. You almost hit me with the razzle dazzle, dude. Where are we going this Friday night? What's for dinner? Where are we going? Man, this is a really awkward hand from A8. This is such a big yikes. Like, I honestly, I don't play enough Zoo to look at this hand and it, like, I don't play enough Zoo for me to know what's up here. So Soul Firing the 3-3 plays the other Magic Carpet Ride, discards the Sea Giant. Honestly, the Sea Giant discard really isn't that big of a deal because there's not a lot of minions in play anyway. But I was tempted to go Juggler, but I see how the double Magic Carpet's much stronger. Now you wish you had that little Corsair, don't you? I bet you wish you had that Bloodsail Corsair right now. Unless the game... I wonder if he taps into it. Or he could just go Knife Juggler, Scarab Egg, and if it hits the 3-1, he's so happy. But if it doesn't... Bad. Yo, don't ask if who won or who lost. It ruins the matches. Because I don't know yet, guys. So please don't say who won or lost. That'd be awesome. I honestly like Knife Juggler, Scarab Egg. Just throw them out there. Play that egg. Does it win the ping? Knife Juggler? Yeets! The Knife Juggler yeeted hard. Wow, that was a really good top deck. He also could just, like, he could go, like, Abyss, the 2-2, play the Miscreant. Well, no. Well, yes, he could Abyss the 1-6. Or he could just Captain Greenskin down the Knife Juggler. That works, too. Yeah, my plays involved, like, bouncing the Waggle Pick to play, like, 2 Miscreants to get onto the board. But, I mean, the Captain Greenskin is also really good. And it also utilizes the weapon better right now. Yeah, my play was to, like, do the double Miscreant, get a bunch of 1-1s, play the 1-1s, and then do the Edwin Van Cleef the following turn. Just make a huge Edwin and win in 2 turns. But this kind of sets up the same thing. Like, I personally didn't like leaving Carpet alive, but... Like, I'm more scared of a Magic Carpet Ride than I am a Knife Juggler. Because the max he's going to get from Knife Juggler is, like, what, 2 minions, 2 damage? But the Carpet, it's an unrelentless assault from a fucking Aladdin. Like, you got to kill the Magic Carpet before Aladdin hops on and takes you for a ride. You know what I'm saying? It's one of those things, chat. And this is why I can't cast professionally, chat. Yeah, look at this board state now. Yeah, this board state is, like, pretty scary. We're definitely going to see an Abyss come down. It's who do we Abyss first? I think we Abyss the dog first. Okay, now we play the Miscreant. We look for the deal 2 damage lackey or the rush lackey. We found neither of them. Wow. Okay, if he would have found the deal 2 damage lackey or the rush lackey, he could have killed the carpet. But now he has to pray to the RNG gods that his 2-drop is good. Not that good. And I don't think he attacks anything with the weapon. I think he just holds back. I don't think you attack. I think you simmer down there, cowgirl. That's right. Sea Giant top deck, insane. The Taskmaster is really not that big of a deal. It's just a 1-mana 2/3, but the Sea Giant is what's important here. The Sea Giant is what makes a difference. Oh, but the Sea Giant gets the rush, and oh my gosh, the Sea Giant costs 1 mana, so the Magic Carpet Ride takes the Sea Giant for a journey. I didn't even realize that was an interaction. You learn something new every day. See where Sea Giants can ride carpets, chat. Sea Giants can ride carpets. And boy, does he ride it. He rides it good. That's impressive. Boy, oh boy. Hell yeah, you trade. Get in there. Show him dominance. Kill that 2/2. Rogue can't do nothing if you kill all his boo-boos. Chat, and the guy we look to don't even know what the cards do. Thanks, Ace. You really know how to make a goose feel special, dude. So he's going to discover a spell first, get that combo activator for the Miscreant, and see if he can pull some good stuff. Oh, I like the Abyss here. I don't think Deadly Poison's okay, but Abyss is just more damage, and he doesn't actually have to face tank. So I like Abyss here. He also could, if he really wants to, he could double Abyss the Giant down and reduce like the damage he's going to take substantially. And he also now has the ability to kill the carpet as well. So he's bouncing. Imagine if he had 1 more mana. He could have double Abyssed and then evil Miscreanted again and then attacked and then possibly bounced the Miscreant. Ooh, this is hard. It's either Walk the Plank or Myra's. I'm leaning towards Myra's. He needs to finish up this game quickly. Walk the Plank is good though, but he already killed the 1 Sea Giant was Togwaggles. He picked Woggle? He's out of his mind, chat. This guy's crazy. Just saying, next level plays, dude. Yo, he's just making a big Edwin? What the fudge is going on here? Yo, I'm so confused. My mind can't wrap around this play. Yeah, I don't know about this one, chat, because he doesn't even actually have to kill the Edwin, to be honest. I mean, technically, all right. If Justsaiyn top decks Leroy, then yeah, he can win. But if I'm the Zoo player, I'm gonna smack this rogue so fast in the face. I'm gonna because like trading a giant and a 1/1 into Edwin does not feel good. So like this does set up a Leroy, but you could have just got rid of the Sea Giant and then played Edwin next turn because you have Miscreant. Well, you could have just done more lackey shit. And then after you play all the cards in your hand, you could have reloaded with Myra's Unstable Element. And you'd still have a giant Edwin and a bunch of lackeys on board. Hit him in the face, Zoo. You've got no choice but go home. Send him to the Shadow Realm. All right, top deck Leroy, you win. That's not Leroy. Ooh hoo hoo. Yeah, I don't know about that one, chat. He was risking it for the biscuit, but he intentionally placed the biscuit farther away from himself to make it that much sweeter of a biscuit when he obtained it. He also didn't even ask for butter. He actually just made the butter himself, so when he ate it, it was all homegrown organic shit.
Not a play I would have made at this high level of the tournament, but it's what you need to do sometimes, chat. Biscuits. All right, so this is going to bring the score up to a 2-1 lead in A8's favor. I think he's dead either way, even if he kills the giant. The zoo had no bursts. The zoo had no more sea giants, and it was top decking. And you already seen one Soulfire. And you already had dealt with both Magic Carpet Rides. So what does it have? Grim Rally? I mean, you were praying for just a Leroy, and if your guy didn't die. And I think he could have killed more than two. He could have killed the Sea Giant and 2 minions with the other play, and he would only had 3 minions on board. So Grim Rally only would have technically buffed 2 minions unless he played another minion, which that just reduces the mana even more. So like he has 3 minions, and then what? They're 3/3s, and he was at like 14. It's gonna take 3 turns to kill him with just that amount of minions on the board. But you've already dealt with Sea Giant, and you're developing yourself. Like I don't know. I think there was a little bit more outs there from Justsaiyn, but yeah. Either way. I mean, he gave himself an out. If he top deck lethal, if he top deck Leroy, he won there, which was an out, like obviously, or almost lethal. All right, so we have the Zoo versus the Tempo Rogue. So basically, just a reverse of what was last game. And it also looks like Justsaiyn's the Microtech Controller, which is a card I'm seeing more and more in Zoo. There's a common trend. The casters have said this more than once, that if you're playing Sea Giant in your deck, you want to play the Microtech Controller because they go hand in hand. Also, we see Microtech Controller in the Token Druid as well, because it's a 3 mana summon 3 minions, basically. They wanna know. All right. Crystallizer, turn 1. The new Dire Mole. Unfortunately, this Dire Mole, if you play it below 5 health, you die. Tempo Rogue with no plays. He'll probably... Oh, he ended his turn immediately. Okay. Knife Juggler here. Ooh, Egg. Okay. So if he plays Knife Juggler, it's weak to the backstab, and that's why we didn't see that there. I liked it because he has the Microtech Controller in his hand, but obviously he knows if his Knife Juggler gets backstab there, it's very, very weak. Did Hunter Race play today? I think he's in our... No. He has not played in any of the games that we reviewed today so far. So backstab, daggering the 1/3. We've seen the backstab. He played it from the left side of his hand. So now Justsaiyn knows that the card he kept in his mulligan is gone. He might feel more comfortable playing the Knife Juggler here, but I don't think so. I think he's just going to throw down Magic Carpet. And again, he's playing the Magic Carpet from the left side of his hand because that was a card that originally started in his opening hand. So once you get all the cards that you've originally had in your opening hand, it's harder to track the newer cards that you've drawn. So that's why you see them playing particular ones instead of the one that was top decked. What up, Fireball? It's funny, the moment Genenbaku leaves us, we see Microtech Controller in tier 2, tier 1 decks. It's interesting. Power level has definitely gone down. Appreciate the kind word, Chives. Move the mic up a little bit here. Backstab of Vissing, the carpet. He knows he does not want to let that take him for a ride, so taking it out early. I honestly do not like tap Knife Juggler here, but throwing out another Magic Carpet and then putting a Voidwalker to tuck behind it, pretty solid. Then you have Knife Juggler into Microtech Controller, or you could tap into Microtech Controller. But pinging for 3 with the Knife Juggler is pretty good, especially when you know your opponent might play like an SI here, or maybe like a coin into a like Captain Greenskin or something. I don't know. There's the Waggle pick. So he gets to play Knife Juggler or Microtech, or he taps. The questions. I personally like the tap. But Knife Juggler to ping 3 to go face does not feel bad either. Has the final started yet? No.
There's the tap. There's the Mecharoo. Ooh. Knife Juggler Mecharoo or the Microbot. Or just the double Mecharoo. Double Mecharoo is pretty good. 1 mana 2/1 that summons a 1/1. Decent amount of pressure. Also, he might be waiting for Knife Juggler with Grim Rally, so he could go like Knife Juggler, Grim Rally the egg, pop for 3, buff everything. That seems pretty good too. Also, the carpet, what an underdog in the individual reviews on YouTubers. Look at it now, bringing tier 1. Yeah, I don't even know what I said about the carpet, to be honest. I don't think I rated it very highly. I said it had a shit ton of HP and it was going to be hard to remove, but I said I don't think Zoo plays that many 1 mana cards. And they originally didn't. It's the fact that they're playing even more 1 mana cards because of it now. So I didn't think the deck would actually like shift to even more aggressive. I thought it would, like, you know what I mean? It would stay the same or become a little bit less aggressive. But that card single-handedly made the deck more aggressive and better because of it. All right, definitely going to see a tap here. Tap, tap, bring it on back. There's another egg. All right, well, we might just see the Microtech controller here. And then go face for 4. I don't think you play the Abusive Sergeant. You want to play the Abusive Sergeant when you can use it on the egg. So, like, the Abusive Sergeant egg Knife Juggler combo is an age-old tale. It's very, very powerful. So we might see that next turn, depending on how much A8 clears. But Justsaiyn has a pretty sweet board here. I mean, this is a pretty menacing board. I'm liking... Ooh. Honestly, Big Bad Voodoo. Believe it or not. Because it allows you to keep board control. Or not board control, but it allows you to maintain stuff on the board. But prep into Animal Companion's good as well. As long as he doesn't get Huffer. Huffer would be the worst one. He's obviously going to SI, maybe the 2/1. I don't know. This is hard. He has all these things that does stuff, and I don't know, man. He's going to send out the Rush because it does have more health than the SI. The SI deals with a card immediately, but I guess he could save the SI because it's 1 mana for next turn. Shadow Stepping. Gonna replay it again. Couldn't he have done exactly the same thing with SI? Alright, let's see if he gets Huffer or Misha. He gets the Misha. That's the best one. Justsaiyn just shakes his head a little bit there. So this is where we might see like the Knife Juggler, Abusive Sergeant on the egg. The egg trades. The egg dies. It pops 3 little dudes out. We'll see how the trades line up. I like to tap first, though, to see what you get, because you can do this play almost no matter what. We might even see the 1/1 trade first, so it fills up the board with eggs. Yeah, you definitely don't want to not get as many eggs as you could get. So trading off that 1/1, because we know, 5 minions, 4 eggs. It is what it is. Tap last, feels bad. There's the Grim Rally. Ooh, this changes things, because now he would have rather Grim Rallied maybe the 1/1, or saved the 1/1 and Grim Rallied it after everything popped out. But he could technically just Grim Rally the Abusive Sergeant here anyway. That was really bad. He was hoping he would have hit the Misha with at least 1 Knife Juggler. So this sets up really awkward trades now, because if he trades his Mecharoo in, like, you definitely trade Mecharoo in. No, what? Oh. What's he doing here? He's praying that it hits the ping now. Oh, what did he ping? If he pings Misha, that's huge. Did not ping Misha. All right, yeah. So I would have definitely waited, because right now he could have had 2 buffed 1/1s because they could have traded anyway. So technically he could have 2 more 2/2s if you wouldn't have put all his faith into pinging the Misha. And after like having 5 pings and none of them hit Misha, sometimes you just gotta let your journey come to an end. Like, there's times when you go on pilgrimages and you dig deeper, and the deeper you dig, the more, the praying you do, and eventually the gods will reward you. This was a pilgrimage where the gods just did not want to reward Justsaiyn. So therefore, you have to end your pilgrimage, go home, and take what you've got. And you could have had 2 more 2/2s. Gotta know when to call it quits.
So if you would have had 2 more 2/2s, he would have had 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 top deck Soulfire. Oof. He would have had lethal if he had 2 more 2/2s and top deck Soulfire, but none of that happened, so it's fine, chat. Oh, he would have lethal right now. Right now, he would have lethal. I mean, it still looks really good for him, chat, but, like, lethal looks better, you know what I'm saying? I used to have it all. So I see a Knife Juggler, Scarab Egg, and then see where the pings land. If it hits the 3-2, you trade and Soulfire the 3-3. If it hits the 3, okay, yep, so you trade a 1-1, you Soulfire the 3-3, and you go face for everything else. Yep. I like it. I like it a lot. Sets up lethal. The only way A8 wins is if he draws Leroy, and that I don't think Leroy even does it, because Leroy's 16. Because 2 Leroy, yeah. He has 8 mana, which is just enough to play the Leroy, but it does cost 16 damage. Not to 19, so he's 3 off even with Leroy. He'd need a Prep and Abyss, which are not in his hand. So Captain Greenskin and Edwin would have had to be Prep and Abyss. So he has to top deck another fan, and he does not. But SI clearing off the Juggler, and then if his Waggle pick hits the 2-1, he goes down to 5. He can be at 1 HP here. Yeah. Well, no, because it's going to balance back the SI, and he could SI another minion now. Okay, so he can be alive at 3 with this particular play. So now Justsaiyn needs to top deck any form of damage that is not damage. He's going to tap, try to find another Soulfire. Grim Rally would be fairly decent. The Microbots into the Sea Giant's pretty good. So now, again, pushing lethal with what is on board. A8's got to draw something incredibly insane here. Vendetta is just not it. He has no way to kill the 8/8. He has no way to clear up the board, and he has no way to heal, and he has no taunts. This game is going to go 2-2, and the next winner is going to be able to take the match win. Oh boy, oh boy. All right, Tempo Rogue, Tempo Rogue. I see 2 Waggle picks and Justsaiyn's opening hand, and then we have the Acidic Swampus on the other side of A8. Ooh boy, and he has backstab and a prep. All right. It's hard to say whose hand looks better because A8 has like a lot of nothing, but it could be something if drawn like a couple other cards, like Raiding Party, and all of a sudden A8's hand is like bonkers. And then we have Justsaiyn who has Raiding Party, but he also has 2 Waggle picks and that, and a Fan of Knives. Isn't Nomi Priest the best priest? If you're like, you know, super skill, high capped. Nomi Priest is probably one of the harder decks to play in this meta right now. You could probably play it and win, but like to play it like 100% correctly is very hard. I think the deck is really good. I don't think the deck is a meme. I think it's a very high skill cap deck, probably one of the highest out there at the moment. It's a big brain deck. If you got a big brain, you play the deck. I don't play the deck. My brain is small. All right. Will we see a Raiding Party from Justsaiyn here? Because he already has both Waggle picks. And by just using Raiding Party here and his opponent knows he has coin in hand, his opponent also now knows that he has 2 Waggle picks in his hand. Yeah, so if you just see your opponent just go straight up, you know, Raiding Party, unless they're like going to use it for like another combo, like Raiding Party, and then he plays like, you know, the Evil Miscreant. But in this situation, like he didn't play anything with the Raiding Party, and his opponent again knows he has coin. So like, you know what I mean? It's kind of a heads up play. Like, by the way, I got some picks in my hand. You trying to waggle? You trying to waggle, bro? This is like each player is like poking each other's cheeks. So we might just see a pick face. I like pick face. All right, so they've been both like stabbing each other in the eyeballs with little toothpicks, and Justsaiyn just finally whipped out
whipped out the heavy guns and just smacked him in the face with a mining pick. And now you'll find that A8 will probably throw down this acidic swamp ooze to deal with such pickage. Did you see Roger's Paladin? It seems like a real... List seems like a real deck. Way too greedy, but still cool. Oh, yeah, the deck is greedy as hell. I do not like Roger's Paladin list. I mean, I like where he was going with the whole next level bring Paladin because Rogue's so popular. But, like, is that Paladin deck really that good against Rogue? It looks like a Warrior Destroyer. And do you really target Warrior? Like, just ban it. Like, I don't think you build a lineup around just beating one deck because it's one out of the many. Like, I'd rather target aggro. Like, target Rogue, target Token Druid. You know? Just ban Warrior. Just get it. You just ban the control deck and just play against everything else because there's more of that than Warrior. So, like, for banning strategy, it's very niche. You know? We'll see how it works out for him. I'll be very surprised if he makes top 4. I'll be very surprised. But it also is a deck that not a lot of people know how to play against. So, you know what I mean? A lot of people do not have experience in the mech control, you know, Paladin. So, you know, he's got probably a leg up in the fact that he's practiced the matchup a lot. And he's playing against people that practice the matchup very little. 12 out of 15 brought Warrior. Yeah, but like, okay. So, for example, I'll let the game play out and I'll explain bannings and all that stuff. So, you bring your 4 decks and then your opponent bans 1. And for example, what we've seen here is Tempo Rogue is normally like really popular, right? Some other form of aggro like Zoo is very popular. Let's assume that everybody basically brought Warrior besides Roger, which is a control deck. So we have 2 fast-paced aggressive decks, 1 control deck, and then the third deck is like, you know, a Shaman or like maybe a Hunter. You know what I mean? It's like a 50-50 in between like a mid-range / more aggressive style. So most of the time you're going to be going against like 1 mid-rangey deck and 2 aggro decks, and then you ban the control deck. Like, why would you hone your lineup to be able to beat the control decks when you can just ban the only control deck that people are bringing? Some people brought the Control Shaman, but why would you... The Control Shaman doesn't do anything. The Control Shaman beats the aggro decks. So, you wouldn't necessarily want to ban or care about the Shaman deck because it doesn't even beat your control deck anyway. It just beats the aggro deck. So, like, like, I understood what he was going for. And he can say it's all, you know, it's according to his whole plan. But I don't really see where it works out later stages in the bracket when you know what I mean, when the control decks, when the aggro decks start busting loose and your lineup's targeting control decks. So I could be wrong. I could be very wrong. But that's what my thought process behind it. Again, it's just my opinions. It's not fact. I'm not stating it as a fact at all. It's just opinion. And a lot of the rogues have sap in their deck, and like Tyler doesn't run sap in his deck, so like when he replays like, you know, the mechanical whelp and he like eggs it or whatever, or eggs and he mechanicizes into fucking giant minions, like just sap it back to their hand. They spent like 12 mana upgrading this thing and you just spent 2 and you just got rid of it. Because it's easier to beat control deck every time in a control matchup. Every card is drawn, so it's not varied as much as an aggro deck, which every player hits top 5. Yeah, but there's only like 1 control deck is what I'm saying. You're targeting a deck that there's only 1 of. So if your lineup beats the Warrior, that's great. But if it loses against Rogue and Zoo and Shaman or mid-range decks or like a Hunter, you know what I mean? Like if you're targeting 25%, but you're losing to 75% instead of targeting the 75% and just banning the 25%. Like, hedging. Would you rather hedge against 75% of what you're going to see or hedge against 25% of what you're going to see? Like, I'd rather hedge against 75% of the time, not the 25. The 25% I can ignore because I can just ban it. You can't ban 75% because you only can ban one deck. You can't ban every aggro deck you're going to play. But you can ban all the warriors you're going to play. And that's all control. Makey senso? Alright. Back to the game. Looks like Justsaiyn's got the board. Alright, so Wagglepick is online. Oh my god, he pulled Millhouse Mana Storm from his 2-mana minion. Holy smokes, the power. Wow, that sucks. This Vendetta does nothing too. He might just Vendetta the 4/4 and then play like Dread Corsair. I don't know. Vendetta the 4/4 plays Dread Corsair. All right, exactly what I was thinking in like the 5 seconds I took a look at there. Want to see the small number 3? Hello there. What up, Kenobi? I appreciate Roger, and I hope his greed can weigh on top of everyone. I mean, yeah, it was super greedy. And he has his, like, you know, he went off on a limb and did his own thing. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not faulting the guy for playing some cool shit. I'm just saying, like, it may not work out for him. Those are the reasons why. And it may work out for him. Who knows? We'll find out on the next episode. Well, Eureka sucks. Spellbender doesn't really do much. And Mass Dispel's like, at least draws you a card. But it takes up all your mana. I like Spellbender. I mean, I'm pretty sure he loses anyway. But, oh, he picks the Mass Dispel. Pogs. Woo. Picks face? Ooh. It looks like Justsaiyn has this. I personally would have picked the 3/3, but you're probably so far behind now it doesn't even matter. Picks Consecration and he has Prep, so he goes backstabs the 3/3. Oh, it worked out perfect for him. If I would have picked the 3/3, I'd have taken 3 extra damage, not pushed face. Like, oh my god, Justsaiyn's face here is gonna be horrible. There's the Consecration. Oh my god, I'd be so pissed. I'd be so pissed. He looks okay though. His hand's not bad. You know, Wagglepick, Greenskin, Deckhand, just rip the raiding party. Man, it's not bad. So there's the Captain Greenskin. His weapon does now 8 damage. Draws 2 pirates from his deck. You got the 2 Corsairs. He's going to play both Corsairs. He's going to slam face, and he's going in. Justsaiyn's making moves. Making money moves. I don't think... So, technically, if A8 had Leroy and Shadow Step, it would have been enough. So, we might see... I don't even like the Mass Dispel here, to be honest. The Fan of Knives just seems better. There we go. Vendetta? Ooh, yes. So now he can Vendetta the 5/3. He can Abyss the 3/2. And then he can trade his 4/3 into the 3/2 as well. And then he can throw down an Ooze. He knows the Wagglepick's in hand, but, you know, taking this 4 does not feel that good. Maybe he holds back and just daggers him in the face and waits. Because technically the, Justsaiyn doesn't have lethal here. Whoa! He weaves in the mass. Okay. Okay. Yeah, so he went with the acidic swamp boost here, but he could have technically like waited, and then he knew his opponent would maybe play the Wagglepick, but and not attack with it because he attacked with the weapon before. But he could have also waited to play the Wagglepick and just finish him off the following turn. So playing Ooze here, I think, was right. Even knowing that your opponent has Wagglepick, I think you Ooze anyway. Good spot lethal by Justsaiyn. Hero power, get rid of the Wagglepick. Re-Southsea Deckhand. Because he didn't even have a chance to play the, like, let's say, for example, he didn't Ooze the other weapon, he still would have lost anyway with that play. So you might as well get rid of the 4 damage while you can. That was a really good play from Justsaiyn. Again, the Vendetta rogue, like some other mentioned in chat, it's really weak against other rogues. Because Vendetta will normally cost 4 because you're copying another rogue card. It's not a card of an opponent's a different class. So Vendetta will always cost 4, and that kind of like takes away the power level of the deck in the early stages of the game. Not being able to Vendetta for 0 mana, paying the 4 for 4 damage does not feel good. Plus, it can't go face, so that also feels a little bit lesser. All right, well, that was our first game of the day that we were going to take a look at. A8 for Justsaiyn. Justsaiyn picked up a nice win there, 302 over A8. Some good stuff.